for the one time. It's the family bloodline.
Well, welcome back, family. I love the switchboard. I gotta do it. I've gotta do it. I love that. That's part of the thing now.
Everybody.
Hey everybody. Yeah, let's let them come on in. Let's let them come on in. You got an extra little hand up there, huh? Okay. Hey, little hand.
You got the little hand.
Yeah, little hand that came up and caressed one of the locks. I don't know what was going on, but good time.
She was trying to take my AirPod out of my ear. That's what she's trying to
do.
I'm trying to be a part of the show.
Right. That's what's going on. While my kids are
I'm gonna make you sit
trying
on
to
the
figure
couch.
out the TV.
We seen Bubby kept making a couple appearances. He would never
What's
stay.
going
He'd
on,
just pop
Zoe?
on the
Happy
scene.
Friday.
What up, fam? What up, Zoe?
Zoe, what's going on? Hey, so let me say this before we get too far into the show. Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Big shout out. Big shout out. Yes, yeah.
I'll give him some of that. Some of that. Give him some rounds of applause.
Happy
also.
Veterans Day to all the veterans.
Martell included.
All those veterans.
New win.
My baby's first Veterans Day.
Yeah, it's his first Veterans Day. He is now part of the club. He is now part of the club. So happy Veterans Day, your first one, Martell. I would say I hope you enjoy it.
I got to talk to him a lot today. So.
Oh yeah? Tell us about that.
He's not enjoying it.
He's not in what?
Now. Okay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. He's doing his due diligence. He's doing his thing right now. So
yeah, my mic ain't too loud, is it?
No.
Okay, perfect.
No, you're good.
It's a mad dash to get here. A mad dash. So y'all got to talk. You got to talk to him a lot, or?
Well, we just got off the phone not too long ago. He said he was gonna hop on and watch the live until he fall asleep. We've been texting a lot. That's about it. Hold on.
Still don't start. Oh, okay. You got it.
You say you had to make a mad dash into the crib, huh?
Yeah. Went to go get my littles today, and we made good time. Don't get wrong, but we got some shoes. You know, some people had to get some. Oh, look at the little face in the background. She's so disappointed. She's so disappointed. Oh my goodness.
She's trying to be a part of the show.
Right. But we hung out to get some shoes real quick, and then after that, we hit the road. And after we hit the road, we had to stop and eat, right? So that's what we did. We stopped and we stopped to go get something to eat. And it just so happens I stopped at the only damn restaurant that's not honoring veterans today, right? That's the first thing. And the second thing is they took for forever.
Mm-hmm.
When we first got to the line, I would have got back home had they done things efficiently. I would have got back home at about 6:10, 6:15. But because we waited in that damn line so long, I didn't walk into the house until what 6:38. Then I had to use the bathroom, so blah blah blah. And by the time I hopped on, I was like, how much time we got
This
left?
is
Oh, we ain't got
Pacific
no time.
Standard Time, everybody.
Yeah, this is Pacific Standard Time, everybody. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So
See, it's not Valentine's Day, it's Veterans Day.
so
It's not Valentine's Day.
so that's
It's
what
not
happened.
Serene. You gotta be quiet.
That's what happened. So I'm trying to
Oh,
get
that's
life
crazy.
together here and
You
send
said,
out
you
the
said they
links to
didn't
people.
honor Veterans Day?
Nope, they did not. They did not. Meal still
Oh
cost
my
me
God.
almost $65.
Applebee's honored Veterans Day.
Not Habit Burger.
So you mean
They
to
don't care
tell
about it.
me? Oh
Mm.
my God.
Yeah.
I went to
Okay.
Mission Taco last night and I used my military discount. So I'm
Right.
trying to share the live real quick on my personal page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Applebee's definitely honored veterans today. Y'all was eating for free all day long at Applebee's.
Look, I wanted to get to it. I wanted to, but I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be able to.
Mm.
And so it just it's the way the cookie crumbled. That's the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah.
So,
But
but
it's cool.
I was able to get my babies, and they were on time, and we made it back home safely. So that was the real thing of it today. what how about y'all? How's y'all's days been?
Yeah. Well, we honor you, cousin.
Most definitely. Big salute.
Like I don't even
My
want to talk about my day.
That bad?
Like literally my day was so no, it's actually been a whole week. I've been the only assistant in my unit again all week,
Mm.
and appointments have been popping all week. So I was working by myself. So yeah, it was a
So you've
mess.
been
Like at this point, I'm literally mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted.
man. So you've been the most popular person at your job if you've been like the only assistant.
Man, look here. It's been a struggle, but I made it,
Yeah.
and here we are.
Damn, sorry to hear that, cause I had a great day. You know what I'm saying? The day been great. It was an off day. Again, I was off. The union celebrates the veterans. You know what I'm saying? It's a veteran
I
and a
feel like
union off
everybody
day.
should have celebrated the veterans. I feel like today should have been an off day for everyone.
Not
So
every there were schools, there were kids that went to school today.
yeah, my kids went to
Yeah,
school.
my kids went to school today.
Yeah, so
You can
yeah,
find
today,
me.
man, I cleaned out my garage. You know what I'm saying? I set up the little gaming chair. I played that God of War. You know what I'm saying? For about 4 or 5 hours before the kids came home. Great day.
Gee whiz. Want me to tell you what I did for
Great.
4 or 5 hours today? I sat in the chair and looked at funky teeth and assistant students who don't know that.
Yeah. No, I was lounged back in this in the little game chair.
That's what I did for 4 hours today.
Hold on, I got a
And then
sound for you. Hold up, it is here somewhere. Give me a second. Find
and
I'm gonna find
then
it.
I went to lunch for an hour, which felt like 5 minutes.
Uh,
Tried to watch my ID channel, end up almost falling asleep and being late back to work,
Wow.
but I made it back on time.
Oh, she drinking one of my favorites. Look, cousin.
Yeah,
Don't drink it all up. Can I have some?
yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Bubby trying to
Look
check
at
it out
Bubby.
too. Yeah, my man's trying to figure it as well. He's trying to
So
figure it out as well. Yeah, because why was it such a hellacious day for you? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
okay, and then here's the thing. I specifically last week told these people, do not schedule anything hellacious on Friday. On Fridays, because everybody's trying to get out of here. Not just me, but the instructors as well. Where everybody's trying to go home. It's Friday for everybody.
Right.
But you can't tell these little eager beavers anything. They want to learn everything all in one day. And I'm just like,
soak it up.
it's okay. I'm like, bruh,
Hmm.
the same knowledge will be here Monday through Thursday. Let's
Right.
just chill on Friday.
Right. For sure. It really,
Like,
really, really
good
will.
God.
Well,
The eager
hey,
beaver.
Yes, the eager beaver. But I love them all.
at least
And
you got students that are hungry for some knowledge.
they are. And like we got it done. Everybody learned something today, even me. So until next week. Until next week. Oh, and when the other assistant come back Monday, y'all think y'all this is gonna be a good week for me because I ain't doing nothing all week, and y'all better believe that. Quote me on that one, because this week has
Gotcha.
been a mess.
Okay. That's a little cuz right there. It's
I'm gonna kick her out, bro. Like she's not even supposed to be in here. And she didn't ease her way all the way over in the whole broadcast.
well,
Serene, why are
where's
you
she
here?
supposed to be if it ain't right there?
Downstairs with the other kids.
Oh, oh.
Serene, why are you up here? Let's talk about it. Why are you up here? But why? So how was your day today? What did you
Yeah.
do? You went to sleep and play with your baby brother? Okay.
See?
So that's how you
That's
were
a
a
good
productive
day.
member of society today? Okay. What's your favorite
Good
color?
day.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, little cousin. We absolutely appreciate you for sharing. Thank
Now,
you.
would you like to
We
go
love you.
downstairs? Well, can you excuse
No.
yourself to the other chair? Thank you.
So let's get into it. We are
Let.
going to be presenting in a bit of a different format tonight. So rock with us. Let's see how this works. We're trying to progress and make sure things get better every time we on here. So with the scroll bar going, let's add the stream. Oh, too fast.
Oh.
That's not where we are yet. Football. Mudball. We are at football. We're at
Footy football.
Yes. So the unfortunately, and I'm gonna have to pull the slide up. No, I guess we're good. Let's run it down. So last week I lost.
Yep,
Clearly
yep.
I lost.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. No, I'm okay with that. That happens. We can't win every day of our lives. Some day we just lose. We gotta take a few steps back and pick it back up and try and walk that dog again a little
Can't
bit
win them
later.
all, champ. Can't win them all, champ.
Cannot, cannot. Kind of like the birds took an L. It's all right. It's okay.
Hey, birds didn't
So
even show up yesterday.
right. Let me switch the pitches around again. This is
I
gonna be
need to. Okay, so how many did I get right? I just need to know.
oh gosh. I'd have to go back and look at the post, the Facebook post, to
Okay.
see what all you got right. What I can, however, is Dirt was the leader. Dirt led the pack with the most wins,
Yeah.
Oh.
uh, and clearly I did not. Clearly I did not, and I saw that kind of coming. So
Even with my Raiders
Yeah.
getting beat up again.
Oh my goodness. When are you gonna hang that up, sir?
yeah, your Raiders work.
Once you with the nation, I mean you for life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, blood in, blood out. Blood in, blood out. You can't just dip set on the nation. So yeah. So
Let's
let's
get it.
let's run it. Let's run it. We're gonna start since we know what the outcome of the Falcons and the Panthers is. We're gonna go ahead and move over to week 10 NFL
I would have picked
football.
the Panthers too.
We going Lions and Bears. Who got who?
Oh my. I take I'm gonna take some birds.
I'm gonna go with the Midwest. I'm taking the Bears also.
Well, they technically both of them the Midwest.
Yep.
Well,
I should be a little oppositional, but I think I learned my lesson from last week, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Bears. I'm rocking with the Bears also. Plus, that's the next closest city. You
yeah.
got the Broncos and the Titans.
I take the Titans.
Ooh.
We are the Titans. The mighty Titans.
Ooh.
You're thinking about the uniforms, Wanda. I know you're
She
thinking
thinking
about
about the colors. What you got, Jig?
so with Broncos and Titans, I'm gonna go with the Oilers. I'm a rock Titans myself. Yeah, I said the throwback. I said the throwback. I did.
They ain't in Houston no more. They in
Okay, I'm
Tennessee.
going with the Titans.
Right.
I'm gonna
All
go with the
three.
Titans.
We all three rocking with the Titans.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now Texas and Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Texans.
I'm gonna take the Giants.
Damn, I'm actually going with I'm going with the Texans also. So Dirt, you by yourself with the man. Saints and Steelers.
Saints.
Saints.
Damn. Really?
Yeah.
That's how y'all gonna do it? We all three. What y'all said the Saints?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Steelers just cause.
Oh
Just
goodness,
'cause.
here we go again.
I know. Hey, I'm a little oppositional. I might have a little bit of a mental disorder. I don't know.
Okay.
Cardinals and Rams.
Oh,
I
Cardinals
will
got
never
good
ever go with the
defense.
Rams. I'm going with the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cards too. Who you got, Dirt?
You taking the Lambs.
You taking the who?
The Lambs.
You for real?
Oh God.
You serious about that?
He is serious about that.
That's the worst ever. One more time. You sure? That's who you?
I was a Raider fan when the Rams was here in St. Louis, so you know what I'm saying. It hurt my heart the way they played the city. You know what I'm saying? Because we all are heavily invested sports town. You know what I'm saying? And they supported the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Through the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? He made it look like Crunky. We'll throw his name out there. Made it look like the city was just not such a good sports town.
Yeah,
You
they
know, so
made it look like we wasn't bringing any money to the team. We didn't have a new stadium built. It made it look like they were suffering from something, and they wasn't.
exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm with y'all on that, but How much do with the Rams?
I
I
mean,
think
let's
I
let's
think
also be honest of the Cardinals because they left us back in the '80s.
They did.
So, but okay. California teams, Chargers and Niners.
09. I'm gonna go with the Bay Area.
Okay. Who you got, Wanda?
My heart is saying 49ers, but my head is saying Chargers.
Under both.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Okay. We all three with the Niners. All three with the Niners. Okay. Seahawks and Bucks.
Seahawks.
Buccaneers.
The Bubble
Golly,
Guppies
I
are not
can't
playing, sir.
stand break. I
Yeah,
can't
Seahawks
stand
actually the
break.
better team, I think, right now.
Gosh, it's hard. It's it's so
Look at
hard. You
something.
can never count Brady out of anything ever.
So I
So
You
bet
can
you
never
said
against
you're
count
them.
going
him
for the
out.
Bubble Guppies.
So I bet against them.
Wow. So that's what's hard about it is as much I dislike Brady. I want to go for every team I gotta go for him this round. I gotta go for him. Wanda, you by yourself, the Hawks, Seahawks.
Okay.
All right. The Doodoo Browns and the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
I'm going with the Dolphins as well.
I'm, I was finna say the Browns, but I know better. I
The
know.
Browns actually a solid team. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt doing their thing, Amari Cooper out there balling. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
we at week 10. So you got the Dolphins.
All right,
I feel it. I feel it. Uh, I think we agree with the Dolphins on that one.
all right.
They're up the Dolphins. Okay.
Vikings.
Vikings. Dang, why you got Vikings off top?
Bills.
I'm with the Bills myself on this one. I respect the ball that they playing right now. That's
Oh,
just the
I'm
God's
sorry.
honest truth. That's just the God's honest truth. The Bills are beasts. They surprised me coming into this whole season. So yeah, those Bills for sure. For sure. Hey, y'all
But
make
the
sure y'all get on
uniforms don't have
Facebook.
purple in it. Just so y'all know.
Y'all make sure y'all get on Facebook and put your teams down, put your list up. Also, what I'm going to do is this schedule, I'm going to alter a little bit and I'm gonna put it on Instagram. So if you can pull it off, copy it, and put your team list on there as well, that'll be dope. We'll push forward from there. All right. And we of course we got the Jags and the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I guess.
All three with the Chiefs. They get a surefire win. I'm just saying.
I guess.
Here comes the controversial. Here comes the controversial game.
Oh no. Hey, the nation, baby.
I know who you're going with. So we got the Colts and the Raiders. They're going with the
Wanda,
Raiders.
see it in your face. Don't do it, Wanda. You better
Who you
roll with
who
it
you
this week.
what you rolling with, Cuzzo? Who you
I rolled
rolling
with
with,
you
Cuzzo?
last week.
And we in the black hole. So
What you got, Wanda?
Serena, the Bubble Guppies are not playing.
The bubble guts are not in this, baby.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Okay. All right. Just for controversy's sake, I'm going with the Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
All right. I'll go with the Colts. And the Cowgirls, excuse me, the Cowboys Packers.
Oh, Packers.
Wanda is going with Packers. Is Rogers out for this game?
nah, he playing.
Okay.
Going with the Cowboys.
Damn. Dirt with the Cowboys. I'm joining Wanda with the Packers.
They
I'm
playing
joining Wanda
hard.
with the Packers.
They
They
playing hard.
are. They are. But I used to live in Texas near Dallas, and they ruined it for us. They've absolutely ruined it. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And then of course we got the worst named team in the NFL, the Commanders and the Eagles. We all going for the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah. Eagles. All three. So for next week, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that we are all in on, all three together. So for the rest of the games, it's split, and we'll see what happens from there. So the question is, this coming week, what be for the person with the least wins, like I've experienced this week? What will be the losers' punishment, as it were?
I called it last week. Yeah, I called it last week.
All right. I gotta be honest, like doing the reels and stuff on Insta, I had a blast doing that. So
I don't know. What do y'all think we should do? If the loser should do what? How many people watching? Oh, it says only 2 people are watching. Never mind.
yours says, well, I got a few more.
Look, I did it. Teacher, look.
My friend Latan.
There's Babe. He's watching now. Hi, Babe.
What's happening, Tail? Hey, Martell. So since you won, what's up, big guy? You want some cookies?
Can you go tell the twins to put the cookies in a Ziploc bag?
Get some candy
please?
then.
And
Let
put 'em in
Martell
the
pick
refrigerator.
what's going on. Let Martell pick. Let us know what
All right.
Let
I
Martell.
don't even, okay. Well, he just got on, so let's just okay. We just picked our football picks, and so the loser has to do what? What do you think the loser has to do?
I need to step away for a second.
Yeah, you
Oh
got it, bro.
no.
Yeah, I do. I need to step away for a second. I need to go help G-Ma, Kiana grandma. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Our car won't start outside. I need to go help her out real quick. There's
Yeah.
all the ladies out there. They've
Okay.
been picking greens all day, you know what I'm saying? So and now our car won't start, so let me go. Give me a
Oh,
second.
Jesus.
Yeah, handle that, bro.
Excuse me.
They've been cooking. Did he say they've been cooking greens all day?
Picking greens.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I know you ain't watched the lick. You ain't had a choice. You haven't been able to watch any football, Tail. But so the question is,
No.
we letting you try and figure out what the actual for whoever out of the three of us has the least winning picks, right? So last week I had the least winning picks, and I had to do reels on Instagram just about every day, which
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah, you did it every day, which was like you held up your end of the bargain.
I did.
You did.
So Martell, what do you think the person with the least amount of wins should have to do this week?
She have to do an instructional video on how to fold a fitted sheet live.
Facts. Oh yes, I am down for that. Look, I still ain't figured out how to fold a fitted sheet properly, and I'm a little long in the tooth. I just don't know how to do it correctly.
Yes, the loser
I
has
really,
to get
really
on
don't.
and go live and show how to fold a fitted sheet.
Oh, I like that. I like
Let's
that.
do it.
I got a friend, my buddy, she's watching. Shout out to Latanya Kelly, Masson Kelly. Happy Veterans Day. 3 dancing TikTok videos?
Dang!
Wow, that's scary.
Oof,
That's kind of scary.
that is kind of scary.
But I'm with it. I like it.
All right.
3
So you
dancing
can choose
TikTok
to either
videos.
do the TikTok videos or you can do the fitted sheet. The TikTok videos. Okay, the TikTok
I'm
video.
TikTok video. I'm all for it all day.
All right,
TikTok
dancing
video.
TikTok videos.
Yes,
Lord.
yes. So I'm
But
gonna
happy
pull this
first
down
Veterans
first.
Day, babe.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day, Martell. Absolutely. So the loser of this week's Week 10 NFL football schmutball, uh, the loser for this week's picks has to do 3 TikTok
Dancing,
dance
TikTok.
videos.
Wow. I hope my teams come through because I cannot.
That's gonna be tough. And
Gee whiz.
they have to be on your personal page as well as the family
The
bloodline
family
page.
bloodline.
So you got to tag the
Oh
family
goodness
bloodline page on TikTok when you putting them on your personal page. I'm for it. Look, if I lose, I'm telling you, my kids be back after this weekend and in about a week. We gonna rock it. I'm telling you, hey, don't let
Get your
the
legs shake.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We gonna go in on it, going in on it. So, baby, yeah. If no, wait, I'm not volunteering to do talk dances. So let me clarify. the
They
the
got
football
excited.
picks,
They heard TikTok.
yeah, they did. The football picks. What we just did for week 10, if I lose, if I don't get the appropriate amount of picks, that means that I have to do 3 TikTok dances, right? I know you do me, but I got to do it because I'm a man of my word, baby. Yeah. So that's the way it's gonna go down. So I like that, Tail. I appreciate that, and that's what we're gonna live with. That's
Yes.
what we're gonna rock with.
Okay.
All right.
You better hope I win, babe. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, those TikTok dances are brutal. Look, I was looking at the TikTok
I will
dances.
embarrass our good name out here.
Look, I'm so upset with the way these kids dance. Like I can't see going to a high school party or a high school dance, standing in one spot, just doing like the little hip, yeah, just knocking that out,
that is
and that's what
it.
everybody in the
That
room
is
doing is
all.
or
That is it.
or
That's
somebody
all.
hopped around doing. I can't.
Right. And that's all they do. That is
when we were
yes.
yeah, when we were now my
Yes.
kids are around here doing TikTok dances, which is crazy. Even my big guy. But when we were younger, dog. When we were younger, we actually danced. As a matter of fact, I got Stan in my TikTok right now, and like we started a little group at the high school called Dog, Outstanding Distinguished Overseeking Great Gentlemen is what the acronym stood for. We used to step, but we also used to dance. We used to like get down with the get down. We hit Saints, we hit a bunch of different spots doing our little thing, right? We was in parades, all that, but we danced. We danced. It wasn't a little crazy. Just I'm gonna do my shoulders, I'm gonna do my head, and then I'm gonna move my hips down. You know, I'm gonna
Hey.
and touch my nose and look. I'm around and start doing TikTok dances just out of spite, because I am
No,
so.
don't do it because it's
Look,
a
these kids
mess.
need to
It's
be
a
dancing
whole mess.
again. They need to be dancing again.
Yeah.
People need to be at parties and basement parties, sweating it out. Uh,
Man.
one of my daughters just said, "Ew." She don't know. Hey, the basement parties used to go down.
Hey.
The
And if you
basement parties used
had
to
the
go
color
down.
lights in the basement, it was on.
Hey, it was only popping, and we all drinking Budweiser Select or
Them
Cisco
K
or
beers.
some night
Them
train. Jesus.
K's. What they was called? Them K's.
Yes, or we was drinking
Them
tequila,
K's with Smirnoff Ice and
Smirnoff Ice. It was rough.
Smirnoff Ice
It was
used to be the jam.
yeah.
And don't have no Jolly Ranchers down in that Smirnoff Ice.
Facts, and let's not forget the way we did Carlo Rossi wine because we did it way wrong time.
Oh,
for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what it is, and that was what it was. But moving on, cuz let's bring the slide deck back up. I actually kind of like this
All right.
presentation. I like this presentation a little bit because we can do several things with it, right? So moving over to the next topic, right? If we, and this is what I want to tell y'all, and I'm sorry I'm presenting it to y'all now, but it is what it is. We are talking about giving updates on the young Miss Brittany Griner. You see what we can still do? You see that?
Oh.
I love this. I love this presentation. I love the slide.
Is
I really do.
that a
But
little
moving
piece
on
of
to,
slice over in the corner?
say again.
Is that a little piece of slice over there in the corner? Looks like a little piece of
This
pizza.
right here. So hey, you gotta bear with me. I'm trying to figure it all out still. I hid a lot of the background pieces on the slide deck, but this little guy just stayed there and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna hang out with you.
Hey,
I'm
whatever. We
gonna,
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
it
just be there." And you can either figure out your imperfections and do your best to get to perfection with the amount of time that you got, or you can rock with me. We
We
can do
gonna
this
rock
real
with it.
crowd. Yeah, so we're gonna rock with it. We're gonna rock with it. So did you catch any of the updates about Brittany Griner?
I heard some things. Like I said, my week has been quite hectic. But I heard that she is supposed to be moving to some type of work camp.
Yeah.
And but it's the work camp is still in Russia. I'm not understanding.
So exactly what is it that you're not understanding?
Why is she still there? Like
Mm,
I'm over it.
okay. Before I get into that, Dirt, we picking back up. We are at Brittany Griner.
Shush it.
So did you see any of the updates, articles that you might have come across, the research that you did to talk about it real quick? So before we get into that, let me just throw this out here to let everybody know that we are talking about Brittany Griner on purpose, so she doesn't become a lost name, and she doesn't just become a victim of the political mumbo jumbo. My kids are here, so I gotta watch my language. But she doesn't get lost in the sauce with the political bureaucracies, the BS that's going on in the world with Russia, Ukraine wars, and America's hand in it as well. And let's also not forget Mr. Whelan, who's also a part of the deal in Russia.
Yeah, that's
Griner trying
that's
to free Americans that are abroad. But my bad. Go ahead, Eric. What you got?
nothing. Pretty much, you was touching on everything I was going to talk about. No new updates because they ain't push no issue on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we done enough over here to support her. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not to support. You know what I'm saying? But the efforts in trying to get her released. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the only thing I. That's where I stand on it. That's why only thing I done seen. No real effort on our part. You know what I'm saying? I know Russia is being you know my first stance was I thought it was all political, but now moving forward, what I see is much more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to remind everybody listening, and for everyone who's going to pick up, listen to the podcast a little bit later on, just a quick rehash of Brittany Griner. She was arrested in Russia earlier this year for hashish vapes, the cartridges for THC essentially, right? And in Russia, it's illegal. So they picked her up. She got put in jail, and they've been holding her ever since. She went to trial. She was found guilty, and that's where we are right now. She got her sentencing. Her sentence was 10 years, right? So because she's already served roughly almost 8 months, almost to a year, they've reduced her sentence, her overall sentence, to roughly 9 years in Russian jail. So what I've read, what I've come across is she's been moved to another facility. I think they called it penal colony, and those different types of institutions are known for having bad hygiene, bad mental health, access to mental health or healthcare services in general, and they're known for manual labor. Right, so that's where she's headed. The United States has reached out, the embassy, to request from Russia to be updated on her movements, her whereabouts in their system. Um, and they owe the United States that information. However, again, looking at the bureaucracy of it, it takes 2 weeks to get an update on an American arrested abroad in Russia. It takes 2 weeks to get an update. Just throwing that out. So things don't happen overnight.
They ain't got text messages. It literally takes 10 seconds to send a text message.
They have to do it by official mail. It has to be done by official mail, and it takes 2 weeks.
Total BS, and I wish we
That
can do
must be
more.
that military mail. Shoot.
Yeah, I wish we can do a lot more. Like I say, that's all. Uh, we just trying to bring awareness of the situation, just making sure everybody is still out there, supporting and caring for the family.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'll be 2 weeks before we get an
Keep
actual
saying her
update.
name, y'all.
Right. Keep saying her name. Like Dirt said, it's a political. This has become more of a political front than what it is an actual movement to take care of a citizen, and not just one citizen, but multiple citizens. Right. So I think on various different fronts in different countries where we've had to negotiate with other countries, other different they're not democracies, but whatever the case, with other governments, a lot of like sometimes it's been a point of espionage, sometimes it's been a point of murder. However, this is simply a point of THC. That's really what it
Right.
is. That's what it comes down to.
Which
It's not an
in
intent to
Missouri,
distribute. Give me a second, because that's why I said it, because we finna come to that. We finna talk about voting real quick. We didn't have it in the agenda, but I just wanted to hear y'all's point on it to see what y'all did. So, yeah, actually, that's the most latest and greatest on Brittany Griner. If anybody has anything, by all means, let us know so we can push it out to the people. So, Missouri did have some votes here recently. Let us know what happened, y'all. Let us know.
Amendment 3 passed.
Amendment 3 passed.
I'm uh, I'm ecstatic about it, but at the same time, it's a lot of fine print, and what I'm saying, within that. You know what I'm saying?
So, what's
So,
Amendment 3?
to legalize not legalize the recreational use of marijuana in Missouri.
Yep.
Recreational?
Recreation.
And to expunge those with non-violent offenses with marijuana, expunge those records.
Oh man, let me write that down. And I'm gonna write that down because if it's expunging people and records from,
Yep. All they gotta do is file a report that you want to have your record expunged of you. It was a non-violent case, and it was just marijuana. I don't think any other drug is connected,
sure.
but it's only marijuana, and it was non-violent. You can get your record expunged.
What about people that have been locked up for?
Yeah, they supposed to be, doing something to get them released and get their records expunged also.
So it's a possibility that a lot of people are about to be released.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone home. Correct.
Yep.
And like one to say it's for non-violent marijuana offense.
Non-violent
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's jammed up, and they like, hey man, I just got a weed choice. Now you had the pistol, and you had the, you know what I'm saying? You had everything associated with that they ain't supposed to go together. So
yeah, it's non-violent
mhm.
marijuana charges.
So it's a big move, but like you say,
I'm excited.
yeah, but still, like like y'all in Cali, we still can't just walk down the street doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So the stipulations when it comes to recreational use, then
It's a
that's the
lot of
question.
it's a lot of fine print. You see what I'm saying? So
You
it's
can do it
not,
at home.
yeah, we not freely welcome to do it. I mean, or openly do it like Cali would do it. You see what I'm saying? So,
Or Vegas.
but it's a big step. It's a big step, though. It's a big step because hell, I ain't think Missouri would even put it on the ballot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So,
as long as I can just go in, no questions asked,
right.
I'll pay my little taxes and go on about my business.
Yeah. So I wrote it down because I'd like for us to come back to that in another episode. It ain't got to be next week, and we'll talk about it during our meeting. But I think that's actually going to be pretty huge. I think
I
that's going to
think
be
so
pretty huge.
too.
Mhm.
I think
Maybe
it's
they
going
finish
to hit
some of this
the
road work in an efficient time with all the extra tax money they about to get.
yeah. So
Fire hose,
hopefully
right?
Missouri
Or
roads will
maybe
be
some, or
better.
maybe this all the schools that have updated textbooks and things of that nature with the extra tax, the revenue they're about to bring in with this. So
Okay. Yeah.
good things are
Give
about
me
to
one
happen.
second.
Hopefully,
Oh, most definitely crazy.
Started
yeah,
getting
good things are
excited.
about to happen with this revenue. I'm excited about it.
I
Mhm.
love it. I love it. So yeah, let's keep tabs on that because I think that's going to end up being a pretty big thing and a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
So
my neighbor got the facts. He got a sign like when voting and everything first started. He had this fat sign in his yard saying "Vote yes" on Amendment 3, and he got a big old marijuana leaf. And he
wow.
got a 3 in the middle of the. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool, buddy."
Yeah. That's a
So,
sign. It's
it's funny that you say that as well because in my poker group, I text, I'm like, man, do y'all know any of these judges? And the response came back, vote yes on Amendment 3.
Okay, so here's what I did, and it may not have been the most efficient thing, but I googled all the judges that were on the ballot, and if they look like me, I kept them.
That's interesting. Without doing any research on them?
I read like the little excerpts on the side, but there was a lot of them. I was like, nope. When I looked at the picture, I was like, nope,
So
nope.
I treat them like NFL and basketball players. If you done did, bro, if you old and great, you know what I'm saying? Let
Time.
somebody else have that seat. Let
Yeah.
somebody you done served your time. You know what I'm saying? So I vote
Right.
no. If you hella old, go on home,
They like,
bro.
nah,
You
fam.
got
Time.
money, go on retire, man. It's that time. And it's a lot of them that's at retirement age
I
and
am very much aware that all skin folk ain't kin folk, but I looked at pictures and I read the little excerpts. Um, I like, okay,
yeah.
and they paid us for 3 hours to go vote and some work too.
What?
So
Man. No, I might have to come back to Missouri if they starting to act like that.
yeah,
I,
they paid. They
I'm not.
like you get to pay 3 hours off to go vote. I took mine in the morning because I had a doctor's appointment anyway.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm like,
All right. Oh,
all
thank y'all
right,
for
take
voting.
it.
I appreciate y'all for
I did
participating
vote.
in
I
the
rocked my vote.
democratic experiment. There's a lot of things going on around the country. Uh, looking at what's going on with the House, looking at what's going on with the Senate, yada yada yada. Some races are still
I was
too close
upset
to be
with
called.
Georgia though. I was so upset with Georgia.
I'm not, and I'm not surprised with Georgia at all.
That's what
I'm not.
they
I
do.
was upset with Georgia.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the American people have one of the greatest, worst talents that has been ever given to a group of people at once. And that greatest, worst talent is consistently voting against your best interest. The
Yeah.
American people have done
One
that
second.
consistently throughout the years, regardless of which party you're voting for. When it comes down to local elections, the American people have voted against their best interests so many times that you can actually begin to count on people voting against their best interests when it's time to go
Mhm.
to the ballot.
So
You
like you
count them.
say,
Right.
people that actually go vote can do more discredit than a person that say my vote don't count. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like them people not even going out there to voice their opinion. It's almost the same as a person that's going out there voting against us. You know what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah.
you in that right. You know what I'm saying? So
And
And
I
people not
like
voting.
literally the people that don't vote, like I feel some type of way.
why?
Because,
Well, I tell you what. I tell you what.
They
Because
don't know.
we got some
Yeah, let's
heavy
come back to
topics.
this.
Let me
Yeah, let's
write
come
that
back to
down.
this.
Because actually, no, go ahead and say that. Let me write that down because we can delve into it a little further on another episode. But let's get the
I just really
initial.
feel some type of way because there's been and you're like, oh well, our voice don't matter then and it don't matter now. How do you know if you don't use it?
Huh?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
How
saying.
do you know?
that's
That's
like
what
a
I was
person.
telling.
That's like a person who's kept continued to voluntarily close their eyes and tell
Like
you
if
color
the
blue might not
children,
really be
all these
blue.
woke folk, like you too damn woke. Go take a nap. Like, come on
I'm
now.
gonna lay your ass down for a hot second.
Like you got all like really like
15
you
minute
got
nap.
all
We'll
these
sleep it
issues
off.
and all these conspiracy theories, but you won't vote.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna put an asterisk down by that. As a matter of fact, there's several things. So we put an
I've been a
asterisk down
registered voter
by
since I turned 18.
yeah.
So I've been voting in every election that I possibly could since I was 18.
Right.
And I'm gonna find some people who don't vote because of the woke stance that they have. I want to find people on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat, who literally say that no, I'm not going to vote because my
Make
vote
sure
counts.
you let me know so I can
But
bring
that's all they end up saying is my
some
opinion don't count.
melatonin to that meeting so
My
they can
vote
take
don't
some
count no
damn
way.
nap.
That's
That's what they always come back to, Jig. They always come back
yeah.
to that. My vote don't count no way. So it'd be hard to
But who
argue with
told you that?
or not even
Like,
argue, but
who
debate.
hurt you?
Who hurt you? That's what it always comes down to, honestly. It really is. But speaking of being
Too
hurt,
many people died for this right. And being a black woman, and we couldn't vote for the longest. And now that I can, you think I'm not gonna be heard? Okay.
As a culture, yeah, people
yeah,
died and fought for them right. But yeah, we gonna go get into
Well,
that,
we
man.
were
We know
counted as
about our
three
history. We
fifths
know
of a
about the
person
history,
you did
that
and
not.
we
wasn't
gonna speak
allowed
about
to vote.
yeah, and we gonna speak about the history a little bit more later on in the show. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, it's a lot of problems going on
It is a lot.
with
It's a
us.
lot.
So go ahead, Jay.
Mm.
What you gonna get to?
Oh, I was just gonna push it all forward, basically like off on the heels of who hurt you. Um, talking about hair care products that are being linked to cancer, right?
Yes.
So let's hop into this a little bit. What did y'all, if anything, did y'all look at?
Um,
Yes.
I
Go
think
ahead.
we've talked about this before. Um, like when I stopped getting relaxers over 15 years ago. Um, of the it was about 15 years ago when I saw the movie Good Hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it all kind of connected everything. It made sense to me at that point. Um, like where my migraines were coming from and the scalp sores. And I'm like, okay, this can't be healthy. This can't be natural. Because literally, I'm burning my epidermis on my scalp to get straight hair. And that's not how it grows out of my head. And basically, the self hate had to stop. You know what I'm saying? Or I was going to kill myself with migraines and taking Excedrin with the caffeine in it. And then I'm feeling crazy as hell because my body don't process caffeine correctly.
Mm.
And yeah, so yeah.
So when you went to apply, when you were straightening your hair,
Hmm.
and this, I'm gonna ask this because I have a friend that I was talking to earlier today when I was driving back home, and he stays down close to LA, and he's actually a chemist, and he works for. This is a part of what he's been doing with his career, and he gave me uh, really good insight into the side of what this is talking about, right?
And are these the products that they're saying being linked to cancer on
Yeah.
the
It's a lot
side
of our
here?
products. The Dark and Lovely, the L'Oreal, the Soft Sheen, a
Yeah.
lot of our,
Okay, I'm gonna say majority of these things are not even for black hair.
Well, give me a second, so because I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. But the 19 products. So since we're there, the 19 products that were directly pulled, and I meant to keep one of my URLs open because I actually had the list of the products that were voluntarily pulled off the shelf by the parent company Unilever. There are
Mm.
19 different products encompassing Dove, if you Tresemme, Bedhead, Rockin' Hair, a couple other ones that were voluntarily pulled. Those are the products that, generally speaking, people that look like us don't use, right? But again, those are pulled pretty quickly. Um, Not trying to get too far ahead of where we are in the discussion. Oh, right, the other one. And Ben Crump with Deandra Fu, the Bros Zimmerman. They filed a lawsuit against L'Oreal products, the ones that we have up here, because of study conducted by the National Institution for Health, I believe, um, that linked these products with uterine cancer,
yes.
right? And it
Now
showed
that is
that
crazy. Something
it
that you
is
put on your head can
well.
literally mess
And
with something.
so again, I think there's another side of this discussion that we as lay people haven't gotten, and I call us lay people because we don't work in the industry. Again, after
Hmm.
talking to my buddy, he went to go talk to some legal folks to see what he can and can't say to make sure that we're not just in this in a myopic view, so that we can see a bigger um, view what's going on with this. So taking this at face value, right? Let's take it at face value. You got Ben Crump, Miss Zimmerman, who are are suing L'Oreal for Miss. I wrote her name down, I believe. Her first name is Jenny Mitchell, I believe. If I'm saying that wrong, or if I'm
It's something like that. Yeah.
yeah, Jenny Mitchell, right? Um, so the products they're looking at directly are Dark Lovely, olive oil relaxer, organic stimulator,
Hmm.
and it's only a $75,000 lawsuit. Just throwing that out there. It's $75,000, which, in the grand scheme of things,
Ain't
if
nothing.
yeah, if the product did what she alleges the product did, $75,000 isn't much. So that kind of makes me kind of take a few steps back and want to look at this thing a little bit different also. Like
Hmm.
what is the motive? What is the angst? What's her perspective? Understanding that she got diagnosed with cancer in 2018, and she had to have, well, she put it out in the public, but she had to have a hysterectomy because
Hmm.
of it.
Uh,
So understanding multiple different dimensions of what happened to her in her life, I'm still trying to figure out what is the underlying motive with it. Like, how many different areas should we go in? What are y'all thoughts on that? I got a bunch of notes on it, but I don't
uh,
want to.
We need
for
to
you,
figure out. what we used to do in school, we used to take all the products and figure out what they had in common, and use all and see which products had they all have in common, and go from there. And like, is this one that's the one that's causing cancer? Is this what's causing cancer? Is this what's causing cancer? Like, just figure out what's what. Like, but at the same time, yes, I get everybody don't like their kinky or curly hair, but there's other ways around straightening it, and it might not even just be you straightening it. It's the shampoo that you're using. It could be anything.
The dry shampoo, yeah, you're correct. That's another thing that's on the chart.
Uh, I think it's boys like me, like I'm a union worker, you know what I'm saying? Like everything gotta be I know y'all probably tired of hearing that stuff too, but
I'm
Right.
everything
not.
gotta be,
I
so
appreciate your hard work.
no, I'm just saying for it's like the guidelines and everything that we have to go through as everyday workers. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with OSHA. You know what I'm saying? So OSHA, even
Hmm.
put like labeling like gas cans, you have to label your gas can correctly. So just diesel, unleaded, just simple things like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to label everything, anything that can be dangerous to the worker. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why this lawsuit is coming in. You know what I'm saying? In fruition because the companies are not posting. Okay, may cause this, may cause that, may cause
Right.
headaches, may cause they're not labeling that. They're not posting in that because come on, a relaxer been a staple in the black community for forever. You know, if
Yeah.
know what I'm
But
saying,
why?
because you don't want the cocoa buds or the beady beads. You see what I'm saying?
What's wrong with
Right.
your cuckoo
We
bugs
we
and
we
BDB?
we know as a people what what I'm saying. Not everybody dressed up nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Locked up.
Yep.
So I I disagree in a little bit.
With
When I
what?
was young and I put a little
What you
relax in
disagree?
my what I did do, what I remember doing is reading the stuff that was on the box, the ingredients on the box, and I couldn't pronounce any of it, quite honestly. Um, but what a buddy of mine was saying earlier today is, first off, the people that are making these products actually look like us a lot of the time, and
Hmm.
it's not this hidden figure uh, in the sky. It's literal chemists that brothers and sisters who have gone to school for years and gotten credentialed in this specific stance to work in this industry, right? So what he was telling me, and I didn't think about it, but holy cow, he was spot on, is when a lot of this stuff has been applied, we didn't look at directions. We didn't read the directions because we already knew, quote unquote, how to do it. We already knew what was supposed to be done. We're gonna leave it in our head for about 45 minutes to an hour. Although the box might say you're supposed to only keep it in here for 20 minutes.
I mean, that's true. We you know what I'm saying? Because we did it for over years, like you saying, we did it. But uh, did your partner also tell you that it's certain chemicals that's in the products that they using that causes like high blood pressure, causes what I'm saying, high cholesterol, a lot of the things that are a big part of the black community.
Yeah, if left in or applied to somebody's head for a prolonged of time, or if applied improperly.
That's the only reason. That's the only way. Not because they got like I'm telling you, Jig. I don't have my phone, but they got something that's called D it's something like a depth two. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that, and it's a chemical that's in all these products. That's in every last one of them. That causes high cholesterol, high blood pressure. That causes what I'm saying? It's known. It's a known fact that these companies know about. That's what I'm saying. That they don't. You can just put that on the label. You can put that on the label, like boom, may cause high blood pressure,
Yeah, but
and you
alcohol
cover
may make
yourself.
alcohol may make you drunk if you consume too much of it.
But it's on there.
Mhm.
Be responsible. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You see how alcohol cover themselves? That's what I'm saying. It's
The
the
instructions that are on the boxes also literally give you the step by step of how long to actually apply this stuff and how to do it. Now, if I'm
correct.
wrong, I'm wrong, and I haven't seen any of these boxes in a very long time. With that being said, what I promise I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna try and find. I'm gonna
The
try and
ones that
find.
I've seen got dust on them.
It got.
Because everybody went natural. Everybody went natural, and everybody or they locked up nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
And they mark
But
down. They mark down like I remember a relaxer used to cost about $7, $8, to maybe $10. They like
yeah,
$3 now.
They're
Two
trying to get
ninety
them off the
nine.
market. They trying to push the agenda. And that's what I was getting to. It's all big form. Whether it's you know what I'm saying, white or black, it's big form. The pharmaceutical companies trying to press their agenda to get their money, the big dollar,
I don't disagree
and
with
that's
that at all.
and
Yeah,
that's all it's about. That's all I was saying about the mislabeling.
yeah.
They know about certain ingredients in a product that's harmful to the community, but yet they profit off the same thing because they know certain people want to look beautiful, want to have that appearance, and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So
So the lawsuit that you just to kind of uh, right off that your coattail on that, the lawsuit filed by Ben Crump and his partner is going after L'Oreal products. It's specifically the articles that I read specifically named L'Oreal. That doesn't mean that those are the only ones that they're going after, but they are going after them because they're saying that this was allegedly that they assisted with the development, marketing, and sale of defective products, and then they went on to begin to list the different products.
Mm.
And we all understand this part about business, right? Even the workplace. If the boss is demanding a product be put out by specific suspense, you have what's called inherent risk, right?
correct.
You have an inherent risk, and you have to figure out whether or not those risks are worth the actual cost. You have to
Yeah.
figure out whether those risks are worth the cost. Um,
Put us
now,
back on full screen, Jed.
oh yeah, my bad. Now
There you go.
I got to switch you back up. I do agree that the corporations they may have been negligent in the things that they listed out. Again, development, marketing, and sale of the defective products. However, I think that we also, uh, as a community of people, as Americans, have a little bit of risk that we have to absorb with that also, because we still wanted it. Women still wanted it. Men still wanted it, regardless
Yeah.
of because this isn't the first actual test that's been done on this, right? There was another test that was done even prior. Like when we go back and we start talking about Chris Rock's good hair, this isn't the first time that we come in contact with it, but we still continue to do the same thing.
Yeah. Because I remember, plenty of days growing up. If it didn't burn, it wasn't working.
That's
You
If
know.
tough.
you if it didn't burn, it wasn't working.
Yeah, so
Or if you knew you was getting relaxed over the weekend, you better not scratch your head at all during the week
Wow. Wow.
because it was gonna burn. And even though you slathered the Vaseline around your edges and on the little parts of the scalp as a skin protecting barrier,
yeah.
if you
So
don't
at the
keep that
end
stuff
of
in
the
there
day,
long enough,
if you're gonna let it burn, go and get that hot cone put to you. You hear me?
there you go. At this point, hey, that I don't even know what's worse to be honest with you,
Just
because
but that's
I
heat.
know I didn't
Yeah.
have some third-degree burns with the doggone hot cone.
And so we also have to remember this is the other side of that my buddy was telling me about that I did not think about until he was telling me. And again, he's a chemist, He and I went to high school together. He graduated with Maya, as a matter of fact. But
You just had to throw her out there.
I had to. I had to. She ain't on yet.
Lord.
Hopefully she able to pop in it later. That was her little,
Nothing wrong
shine.
with it.
But when we look at what the outcome to some of this stuff is, the flash to bang, the cancel culture aspect of it that could come into play, that could possibly come into play. Remember, we would always go down a Little Rock, right? And we'd hit 55 and then we hit 40. And what did we pass before you get into Little Rock? You passed Maybelline.
I was always asleep.
Well, you passed Maybelline, right? Other factories in the country we have family members working at, where we got cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles working, right? And while I don't want us as a culture to be so quick jump on bandwagon. Yep, me too. I got burned. This is a direct effect of me using a relaxer, or this is a direct effect of me doing this, or this is I need for us to pause just for a second and remember what the possible flash bang is, because we could in real time begin to put family members out of work directly, and it could start from a $75,000 lawsuit.
Correct. Understandable. But like I say, if the company is knowingly uh, printing and publishing or manufacturing product that is knowing that has certain aspect in it that's harmful, to put it on the label if you're gonna put it out. Let the community, let the consumer decide if they want to buy it. You know what I'm
Right.
Not
saying?
always.
And also, like, but there's
As
a proper
opposed
way to
to,
do everything, because there are professionals who can put your relaxer in your hair or put your texturizer in your hair or whatever
but the,
chemical dye your hair,
but these
put whatever
chemicals,
it is in your hair and do it professionally, and there it's not as harmful, I guess.
no, the
Maybe.
chemicals, like I say, the research I did, man, I wish I had my phone right. I got my notes right here, but it was in my, excuse me. Cool, man. That Hennessy don't taste good when it come up.
A lot
You
going
know?
on over there, because there
Ooh,
was a lot
ooh,
going on over
ooh,
there.
Oh my
man.
God.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? In my nose it's harmful chemicals that's being manufactured in the product that's bad for the
Mm.
community. And that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna do it, publish it, put it out there, print it, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know, slap it on the label, Surgeon General on everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
Yeah.
could put a tag on there like
Be
harmful
like,
for,
you're gonna have straight silky hair, but you may need a hysterectomy in about 10 years.
right.
Oh, okay.
Put that on the
Okay.
box.
They ain't got to go
Put
into
it on the
details
box.
in there, but you know what I'm saying. Put it out there. Put it out there. Put what's harmful out there to the community. Like you say, Jig. If it's people like us, why wouldn't you want to inform us? You know what I'm saying. That's the biggest problem in our community. People not informed on
Misinformation.
harmful or the positive things that's going on in the community. So
Okay. I don't disagree with that. The only thing I would say is we do need to read more,
mm,
because a lot
I
of this
have,
is actually on the packaging. So look, again, cigarettes, alcohol, um, even condoms, right? Sleeping pills, over-the-counter medication. It's there. The warning labels are on there.
Yeah.
It's it's more practice to put that stuff on there, and it's also legal practice to put that on there to try and somebody trying to go live with me on TikTok, but I can't do it right now because this is what we got going on. It's us. I'll have to try and do it a little bit later. But this is it. The warning signs are on
Something
there. There
coming
might
over
be.
here. What you trying to say? What they trying to talk about?
you
I
saying the
know it.
warning? You saying the warning
There are
signs
warning
on
signs. Yeah, there are warning signs. Even if you look at cigarette packets, if you look at black and mild packets, the warning is on there. It's in small print, but it's on there. And if
They're
you do your
definitely
due
on there.
diligence before you indulge in it, you can read
right?
it. You know. So anyone on TikTok, if you want to hop on this discussion, by all means, hop over to YouTube and research the Family Bloodline podcast so we can get your take on this. I don't know where this hour went. It went pretty quick. still got one more
Yep.
topic.
Well, we got a whole nother topic, but we went over. So
I know we're here, right? But I think it's an important topic, and what I promised my buddy, what I promised him was, and I want y'all to be a part of this also. He's got to go. He's got to travel next week, and he had to go make sure this. He had to go verify what he can and can't say, essentially. So I to do some interviews with him and some other people from the industry that's on that side to get a little bit of a different perspective that we might not be thinking about, that we ain't directly in contact with.
Mhm.
So we can post them later on, or we can do them live. But I'd rather us be able to just do
Yeah,
the interview
like
with
you.
him and somebody else
mhm.
on our streamline, and then we can post them later on. Especially since we got
Yep.
Thanksgiving coming up, and we probably won't be doing much during that time anyway. So,
Yeah,
but
like I say, I'm not taking away from industry because, like you say, we don't know nothing about it. But like
yeah,
I say, if y'all got labeling that y'all know y'all should post on there, it's supposed to just y'all just warning. It could be hot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just doing the bare minimum to cover
May cause
yourselves.
epidermal burns.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to really like you watch these infomercials. The infomercial come on and it's like you wake up in the middle of the night, may cause diarrhea, pink eye. You know what I'm saying? Big toe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But they tell you they tell you what's gonna go on. You see what I'm saying? They tell
Yeah,
you.
like
I'm
I and like speaking of like I be like
oh,
listening to them
telling you,
and they be
Jig.
like, what
that's
is it?
real.
Ubrelvy may cause diarrhea, leaky
Yep,
toenails,
Right.
I
ear
can't.
drainage. I'm like, mild
Yeah,
stroke. You might
Let
wake up
me
with
let
cerebral
me know what
palsy. I'm
I'm
like,
getting
wait,
into.
what?
You see what I'm
when
saying? That's all
when
I'm saying. Let me know what I'm getting into. And let me
when
He
we
was
was
decide if
saying it
it's
all
gonna be
fast. I'm
helpful
like,
or
wait,
harmful for me.
rewind. What did he say? He said
when we
might
was
get
still
cerebral
younger,
palsy and diarrhea.
I can't remember if it was when I had gone to college or if like right after I graduated high school. It was after I graduated high school. Actually, it's when I had gotten a little bit older. Whatever the case, there was a dietary supplement that came out. It started with an A, and I don't want to say it because I don't want us to end up getting sued. But one of the one
And
of the byproducts, one of the side effects
oh, that was
was
the anal leakage,
anal
wasn't it?
seepage.
I
Listen, yeah.
remember that.
Oh
The
my God.
anal leakage.
And if you listen to the commercial, the
And
guy
it was like
says
an
it's so
oily
fast.
discharge.
Yes, yeah.
I remember
It was
that.
a
I'm
ton of
like, how you supposed to get that out your drawers? How you
look.
gonna
It
get
was a ton
oily
of people.
discharge out of your drawers?
It was a ton of people running to it, trying to get on it,
You
and they
drop
was all,
cooking oil on your shirt. You pissed because that cooking oil is in there.
hey, it's oil. You don't just get oil out. That's gonna be rough.
But I
It's
did
gonna be
learn
rough.
if you put Dawn and cornstarch on a
No,
oily
right. You
stain,
need a chemical compound to go on and get that out. You know what I'm saying?
you
Like who
put
doing
the
it?
Dawn dishwashing liquid on there and you throw
You're
your
throwing them
cornstarch
drawers
over
away.
it, rub it in and let it sit for about 15 minutes and throw it in the wash. You should be straight.
Yeah. So the just trying to get back to the topic at hand. We just went
We get
all.
off this, we get off
I
this
don't know where we
subject.
were
I
going.
will say a relaxer never gave me anal leakage.
Okay, facts. So uh, the plan is to have subject matter experts that have worked in the industry for decades and worked with some of the people that will probably be present during the trial, so on and so forth, or might give some type of expert witness, right? Uh, to have them on so we can interview, get their spiel, and even go down rabbit holes, because there's a whole other area about this stuff that when I was listening to them earlier, I was just like, holy cow, I did not think about that at all. It was absolutely ridiculous. So be
I'm gonna
looking
put
for
it out
that.
there like this, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Every industry cut corners.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Every business industry cut corners. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No matter what
Yeah.
you do, everybody cut corners. It's always overhead. It's always let's get it done fast. It's always
Yep.
The deadline. It's
Yep.
everybody cut corners.
Absolutely. Some of y'all ain't even go to all the studs in your house and measure 16 inches on center, 15, 16 inches on center. Your offer is like 18, 19, and you might
Correct.
really have a problem and don't even know about it. I'm just saying. Instead of
Right.
sometimes you ain't got
want to
enough
talk about
room.
it.
That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
You don't want to talk about
When
it.
we moved into our home, I cut a light on. That mug cut off. It cut on something in the garage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about at the front door. You see what I'm saying? So everybody
yeah,
cut corners, man. So we had to do a lot of work.
Oh
But
my god.
absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of cutting corners, let's jump into our next topic.
Oh, we're gonna
Kyrie.
keep going.
Yeah, Kyrie. And the question that I have about this, um, is this has this moved past the point of freedom of speech, or what happened to their freedom of speech when it comes to this?
I can tell you what
Right?
happened to their freedom of speech. They were born black. That's what happened.
Is that all?
Yep.
to an extent, it's like every time we make a valid point or we bring something to the table, we got to be hushed up. Everything always got to be hushed up on our side. Just looking at the NBA, we talking about Kyrie. We got him and we got him and Doka, two black males.
Yeah.
They talking about suspending these boys indefinitely from the league, kicking them out the
Yeah,
league.
I read that about Kyrie, and I didn't understand it at all.
Wow. So everybody else can do something stupid or you know what I'm saying. Just say Kyrie thing was stupid. Everybody can do something stupid and not be forgave. Everybody get forgave. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? You
just
can
gonna
always
say
forgive
there's
something.
people in the NFL who's killed people and still played. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I'm
But
just gonna say there's people in the NFL who have recently robbed the poor state, in America.
that's what
Mm.
I'm saying. It's always a slap on the wrist for the other side. But when we
That's right.
speak like
Go
like
ahead with that, cuz.
cause still just speaking on it like Em and Doka, like Jalen Rose had to make a comment at a basketball game recently. At it wasn't even halftime, it was like the end of the first quarter going to commercial break. And
Uh-huh.
he had to apologize for saying that the woman that slept with him and Doka should be exposed as well. Now her union violated this man's whole household,
Facts.
his whole situation, but the other side still get to live freely. It's no, you know what I'm saying? Even if she ain't got to be reprimanded, you know what I'm saying, or get in trouble, why is her name put out there? Why is her family put out in the public as well? You see what I'm saying? So he had to come on and
You
make a
know what?
statement and apologize for
I
all.
say to that, put a black woman on the case to find out who she is. We will have that name by tomorrow at noon. If we really wanted to know who she was, somebody gonna find out and somebody gonna know.
But I'm just
So,
saying, every time,
um,
go ahead, one, do your thing.
I like they said, she's an executive's wife.
Hmm.
You know,
But
like
that's
she's
all
an
we know.
executive's wife. So
We
they're
don't know her
they're
name.
trying to keep their executive hands clean. They are not trying to tarnish with it because
But this man whole name and his family, they all getting
we can
thrown through
find
the
out, I'm
mud.
sure.
It's a
Um,
bad situation.
So, and this is one of the reasons why I won't just give Ye up. Now, I'm not
yeah.
agreeing totally.
I mean, I'm just saying, and like, and I feel like that's not really even okay. What's going on with Ye?
But when it comes to the anti-Semitic speech that him and Kyrie are facing, and the consequences, the fallout from the things that they've said, right? I don't agree with them 100%, right? So let me preface uh, this next thing by saying this: if you don't subscribe to any of the three Abrahamic religions, right? this conversation isn't really for you. Right? If your thing is Buddha, Hinduism, or any other world religions, Zoroastrianism, this whole argument, this fight that's actually brewing, it doesn't apply and it doesn't matter. And the honest to God's truth is, like I was telling my buddy Peter earlier today, is regardless of what movement you got going on through life, at the end of the day, individual to individual, we are all having a human experience like Dave Chappelle had. We really are. And no one is nobody's better than or less than anybody else, right? We're all human. We're all this together. In the words of James Baldwin, we can either figure out how to get along. This is paraphrasing. We can either figure out how to get along together, or we're going to perish fighting amongst each other. All right. So that was just a preface and into what the whole debacle is. So Kanye West, with his statements of going quote unquote DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, and Kyrie Irving when he was talking about the movie From Hebrews to Negroes, which I'm still currently watching, right? There are various different movements within those two statements and within those two stances. Now, again, I'm not just going to give yay, and I'm not just going to give up Kyrie. Hell, LeBron James just came out and said not too long ago that the punishment does not match the crime when it comes to Kyrie. This has 6 different points of interest that he has to go in on in order to be reinstated and able to play. He's got to make a
They are making an example out of
$500,000.
this man.
That's
And
what I'm
so
saying.
yeah,
Why do we always got to be made an example of? That's what I'm saying. The whole situation with Kyrie is he made a mistake. What up,
but
cuz?
what mistake did he make?
All right,
That's
what
the
was the
question.
mistake?
Okay, so because the movie that Bezos, I told y'all Bezos was bad for business when he tried to put football on Thursday night football. You know what I'm saying, on Amazon. I told y'all he was bad for business. You know what I'm saying, but y'all didn't
Oh,
listen to
good
me
Lord.
back then. Y'all didn't listen to me back then, and he gonna put
Look,
this stuff up on his platform.
I'm with Bezos on Thursday Night Football.
But I'm just saying, this is on his platform. It was on
Yeah,
Amazon. This
yeah.
is, and so the link got, you know what I'm saying, sent to his page, and it's I didn't watch the movie. Dig, you say you currently watching it, but it's all like the movie is always it's supposed to be like anti-hate. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't even
towards
say that it's
Jewish
anti-hate,
but
honestly.
I'm just saying that's that's why they trying to get it took down, and it ain't even the Jewish community or the anti-semantic community, you know what I'm saying, or group or whatever. It's everybody else. It's the NFL. And so that's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the NFL. I'm speaking to man. Y'all done had
America
so
in
much
general,
America.
in
When y'all
general.
gonna have compassion? When y'all gonna have compassion to the next person? To us. To us.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all to give Brett Favre a slap on the wrist. Y'all to give Weinstein a slap on the wrist, but then y'all want to lock Cosby up. Y'all want to R. Kelly. Y'all want to do so much wrong. I mean, not wrong, but y'all make an example out of our community so much. And then, like I say,
Mm.
every time we voice ourselves, it's a bad thing, and
Because
Mm.
we've been them the reason to do it, right? And I'm this is something that our community has to take ownership. Whenever somebody else is having a struggle, we need to figure out how to shut the hell up and sit the hell back. Every struggle out there is meant for us to jump on and to assist with. That's our problem. That's our problem. Every community that's had some type of issue has gone back, has turned around, and I'm saying it like that on purpose. They turned around and looked at our community and said, we need you to help us fight this war or fight this battle. But when we finish, y'all can continue to do what you do. So it becomes a message of don't step on my struggle. Help me with my struggle, but you need to fight your own also.
Right.
So we've
What?
given that allowance.
Right.
We've done
Yeah.
that.
We
We've
given
given
that
that
allowance.
expectation,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
We've given that away. At every freaking turn, you see our faces of the people who are quote unquote our leaders seem to assist people when they need to sit the hell down and shut the fuck up.
It's so hard,
That's what
Jig.
needs to happen.
It's hard, Jig. When we
Why?
when we when we stacked on top of each other, we stacked on top of each other, and we in these poverty situations, and we expected to survive and live and prosper. You know what I'm saying? That's we expect to prosper through these bad situations with no resources, no nothing.
That's I don't disagree with you totally on it. But like my last reel that I put on Insta not too long ago, I've
Hmm.
gotten tired of hearing the continuous message of I made it to where I am by myself. At this
Mm.
point in our community, none of us should have to go anywhere by ourselves. We should not have to do anything by ourselves. When we continue with the mentality of by ourselves, we are left starving by ourselves. And we
Yep.
continue to promote a trauma type of message that promotes, oh, I'm finna do this, but I'm getting this up out the mud. No, we've been through the mud at this point. Like, I'm doing everything that I'm doing in my professional career right now, so my kids never have to make that statement ever. If I die today, if the last breath goes out of my body as I'm talking on this microphone, my children are multimillionaires, all four of them, on purpose. They'll never have to make that statement by myself. I refuse to make my children struggle through this life by themselves without leaving them something, without teaching or supporting them one way or another.
I
What you got?
understand that.
What's your thing?
I understand that. That's just morals, though. That's morals. That's parents. That's what we do. But as individuals, when we step out here in society, we go through our own struggles. We go through our own like daddy had a good life. Daddy, I mean, well, daddy fought for us to do what he needed to do for us to survive. But at the end of the day, daddy ain't here no more. Like you said, daddy ain't here no more. It's me living my life, standing on my 10 toes. And now I have to go through my everyday struggle. I have to go through what daddy went through. He didn't tell me about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? He made it good for me, but he didn't tell me about the struggle. He didn't tell me about certain aspects of life that because he tried to make it so good for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do as parents. We try to make things good going forward for our kids that we don't even trip off that we don't even teach them certain things. We teach them the things that we think they need to know, but man, every day, boy, when you go out there, it's just like a job. You can go to school every day. You can go to school every day of your life. But when you get on that job set, when you get on the job front, the job gonna teach you everything you need to do. You don't went to school for 2, 3, 6 years, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But you ain't learned shit until you got on that job front. The job teach you everything of what you really need to know in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the real world is. When the kids get out there on their own and they have to deal with the real world on their own, then they have to readjust and they have to reevaluate and have to do things like, damn, daddy taught me this, but it ain't like this now. And because like in our world, it ain't like it was in 99. You know what I'm saying? 1999 when we graduated, 98, 99, 2000,
Yeah, I graduated in
I was
right.
a freshman. I
When
didn't
we
graduate anything.
when we graduated, it was a whole, you know what I'm saying? We thought Y2K. When I graduated in 99, we thought the Y2K, the bug, oh, it was gonna shut the world down and all this and that. Generation is different, you know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing though. But taking it back to Ye and Kyrie, they are being publicly
Dude,
lynched through publicity and monetarily. They're being publicly lynched.
And so how many of us at this point, and this goes back to what you were saying, Dirt, and why I said the way what I said. How many have said, okay, that's enough. We're not going to allow you all to put you're not going to have these stipulations on him to play. if a coach for the Phoenix or if an owner of the Phoenix Sun could go 17 years making the work environment absolutely hostile for not just people of color but for the women as well. 17 years, and all you do is suspend them for a year and make them retire with a golden parachute.
All
We're
right,
not
I'm
going to accept
gonna
it.
tell you this, Jig. I'm gonna tell you this. The Washington Commanders, the team we talk about with the
Yeah,
worst name, Washington Commanders. Right
yeah.
now, they owner Daniel Snyder is under investigation by the oh my goodness, I don't even know who came forward. It's political. It's God dog, but his his facility has been the worst workplace to ever work in. You know what I'm saying? The work he Daniel Snyder himself has been caught up on sexual allegations. He's the God, dog man. I don't even know who it is. It ain't the district attorney. It ain't the DA. It might be the DA.
But
But somebody.
like you talking about this, I haven't even heard of this. But you know how many times I heard about Kyrie and Kanye?
Exactly.
This is big now because all the owners are trying to get him to sell his organization
That's because he
instead.
has something that they want.
But that's what I'm getting to. Instead of trying to get him to, you know what I'm saying, trying to get him charged or trying to get allegations brung up against you. Well, allegations have been brung up against him, but he didn't pay them off and all this because he's a billionaire. That's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Like it's in America, your status is Rachel, how you get off. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do that the same for us.
Agreed. So individual experience is supposed to be brought back to the collective to assist for future issues, right? So, yep, you definitely have to go out and have an individual experience with whatever you're going with, right? And you
Right.
go through that, and it makes
Right.
you better. You take those lessons, you take those hard knocks, and you bring that back to the collective. You bring that back to the group. And this is what it's likened to, right? This is something that I used to tell my non-commissioned officers all the time. As a single hand, right? Each finger is ridiculously fragile. You can bend it and break. You can twist the wrist and hurt it. But once you close the fingers and you make a fist, well, now you have a weapon. And right now, unfortunately, everything our community does is as an individual without bringing any more information back into the collective to form a fist. So when are we going to, as a community, say, hey, NBA, we're not going to accept these 6 different conditions that you put on this player. You've not done this to anybody else. We're not going to accept that. If this is what you want to do, not a problem. We are ready to collectively go ahead and boycott you.
Mm.
And you figure it out
I
from that. So
agree
you
with
ain't
you.
money anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, but then I still go back to the community where we stacked on top of each other, like I was saying. And it's like crabs in a bucket, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the resources, we don't have the man, look at the public
We have
school.
resources.
We
We have the resources.
we
We
do.
are America's biggest spender. We're the biggest consumer in the
We
United
got
States of
social
America.
media. I agree with you. We got social
Yep.
media. We got Google. We can do
If,
anything in this world.
if our subculture decided to properly organize, if our culture decided to properly organize, we could shut the American economy down literally overnight, but we don't do that. We have continuously decided to maintain an individualist standpoint and get it out the mud when we don't have to do it.
So what you just said, do you think is a credit to us just living the way we do, even when we get these millions?
Because
Because like we say, we can look at the Migos situation. They were shooting dice.
yeah,
They quote unquote say, "Yeah,
sure.
millionaires."
So if you stack if you're gonna stack us on top of each other, well then fine. That just means we closer to each other to give the information to communicate with, right? Instead of making enemies out and ops out of each other, why
We
don't we
got
look at each other? Right. We always got ops. Why don't we look at each other? And I know this is more of a bit of a flight of fancy, right? And I know this is a little bit of a just something that we wish could happen. but it's actually a very practical solution.
Yeah.
The reason
Because
why a lot of
I agree
things
with
in
everything
society
you're
have,
saying. I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just saying what you said.
yeah,
It's that it's too many ops and it's too much social media going on.
yeah, we gotta get that shit under wraps. We gotta do better. We can't continuously push an external finger without fixing us first. And we're not fixing us. We continue to not fix us. We continue to bask in trauma connections. We continue to bask in uh, flights of fancy when it comes to street life. We continue to have a very misguided approach to family life. We have a misguided approach to interacting with each other when it comes to dating, having baby. We allow this shit continuously be taught, and we don't have to. That's what I'm saying. So that's that's where I am with it. That's just so.
No,
What you
and like I
thinking? I
say,
got it.
totally agree with you. But like I say, oh my goodness, we see it every day.
Yeah, yeah. So that's just me. We got to get to a point that we tell them we define ourselves and we stop allowing people to define us. We define ourselves and we make people act accordingly. I will never get off of that soapbox. If Ye is he's Jew and he's defined himself as that and he's making people act accordingly and he's willing to pay the consequences whether I'm a rider, right? If Kyrie Irving says that he watched the movie, now there are some parts in that movie where it is actually a bit hateful, and I don't agree with those parts in that movie. I'm not going to simply say that the movie shouldn't be watched. I don't agree that because there's a movement to get the movie taken off of Amazon. I don't agree with that. If we've still got stuff from Schmidt on Amazon, at the very least, we can continue to have the series as well as other movies from Hebrew Negroes. Right? There is scientific evidence that's pushed in that movie that's very relevant to the argument that's being had. It is relevant, and to try and silence that is a very disingenuous movement of American constitutional freedoms, the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom
Okay.
of religion. So that's how I'm interacting, regardless of whether or not I agree with their stance. It's just you can't. This whole movement, the push of and the phrase of anti-Semitic has been such a thing that's been thrown out there to remove any like inserted to remove any type of critique on that culture whatsoever. They can't like some of them just absolutely hate being wrong.
hmm
And once you hate being wrong, you set yourself up to be lost in your own foolishness. I'm okay with being wrong because it gives me an opportunity to learn something else and step outside of myself and continue to be open minded. But the way they're going about this, I don't agree with. I don't agree with everything in that movie. I do agree with the objective facts that are presented that can't be argued against. If somebody would come out and begin to actually have something to argue against the movie, the parts that are objective, scientifically proven fact, now I'll sit down and listen to it. The stuff that I don't agree with, I, if it don't apply, let it fly. Let it
Right.
fly. They still have freedom of religion in the United States of America. So
Yeah. Speaking of which, they trying to stop that in Iran,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm just gonna mind my American business. So moving forward,
We can get the final thoughts. I gotta go to
Yeah,
basketball game in the morning.
right. We'll come back and do. Well, I'll let everybody see the picture. What got you effed up? That was the picture. That's
Mm-hmm.
dude thought he
a
was
tough loss.
kickboxing rather than playing.
Right. That's a tough loss for number 5. Just went through with
He
that game.
passed out right there.
He did. He died. He died
Look
right
at his
there.
face.
Yeah, he died standing up for a hot second.
He died.
He absolutely did. So yeah, let's push forward to final thoughts. We can do what got witness. This hour went way fast. This I don't know what's going on. Hell.
You got
And
the
I am,
preacher,
like I
brother.
said, like I'm exhausted. So
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I apologize. I apologize. All right. So why don't we go with you? What got you? What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts always. Oh, it's been brought to my attention that when I tell y'all to brush and floss, that y'all feel like y'all should do it in that order. And that's not the case. You should always floss before you brush. Okay?
That chicken still in there. You hear me?
So floss before you brush. Don't forget to use mouthwash. And always remember to smile, y'all. It's free and they're contagious. So do your thing.
Absolutely.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
What you got, Deezy?
As always, love your people, stop the evil. You know what I'm saying? Show some companionship. You know what I'm saying? America, we all out here trying to live our best life. You know what I'm saying? We human. We make mistakes. End of the
Right.
day, we make mistakes. Whether you think he wrong or he right, we make mistakes. Give us the same due justice that y'all do everybody else. You know what I'm
And our
saying?
reparations.
I, I take that too. You hear me? But hey, do what you know what I'm saying? Show
Indeed.
love, America. Show the same compassion you want for yourself. That's all I'm gonna leave it out. That's what I'm leaving on.
Absolutely. I dig that. I don't if it come to reparations, they can keep their money. I want uh gold and silver. That's it. They can keep the money, give me mine in the form of gold and silver, and I'll be okay. So my final thoughts, just again, riding on your coattails, Dirt. At the end of the day, like I said before, at the end of the day, regardless of who you are, what you look like, and what your struggle is, we all have struggles. Uh, they might look different from one person to the next, uh, but we are all very much so in real time, every day, having a human freaking experience. So
Hmm.
remember that when dealing with somebody else. We're
Mm.
all having a human experience, and we all need just a little compassion. We all need just a little more mercy. We all need just a little more grace, and we can all suffer with copious amounts of love given and shown to, from, and by each other at the end of the day.
One man
So
under God.
that's
Not
it.
that's woman too. You know what I'm saying? We say man,
One
but
nation, one nation,
we
one nation.
include you too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's one
One
man under
human,
God.
absolutely.
one individual.
Whatever
That's it.
God you pray to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? It's just one
And
man
thank
under
God
God.
for that option to have whatever God you pray to.
Facts. So,
Because
I see a
Iran
comment.
does not.
Oh, I appreciate that. Absolutely. So, in the wise words of Russell Simmons, thank y'all
Mm.
for coming out. God bless and good night.
Good night.
Thank you, people.